We have a question from Dave. Numerous times I've heard you mention that older lifters need to focus on hypertrophy or almost bodybuilding type training. Yeah, older, once you're past for sure 55, but in some cases it'd be 35 plus, I think your workouts should be more bodybuilding like with mobility work, the free range of movement around every joint. As we age, certain muscles tighten, certain joints tighten, and I think hypertrophy work done with smart mobility work can undo the the gravity of aging. So that is true. I would also, you might have missed, but as appropriate, I think you should do some fast twitch fiber work. As appropriate, you should do some balance work. If you go to my YouTube channel, I've got those drills on standing on one foot that I think are just marvelous for older people. That would be the vertical windmill, the speed skater drill, and things like that. So, but let's get back to your question. I was thinking of increasing my weight range, my rep range to something like 3 times 12, currently doing 3 times 5 or 3 times 8. Those are all fine. My question is, do I just up the rep range on the push, pull, squat, hinge, loaded carry, or is your suggestion to add some isolation type exercise to my routine? When I think of training for hypertrophy, I always think of exercises like curls, flies, lateral raises. I'm sure, you know, that, and Dave, I appreciate that because the weightlifting world has become so indoctrinated with this bodybuilding thing, you know, the go to failure on the leg extension and leg curl machine and do those. No, I actually think you can do overhead presses, TRX T's or rows or one arm rows, rack deadlifts, goblet squats, overhead squats. By the way, loaded carries are not going to fit in those numbers. Don't try to fit them in square peg round hole. I really believe in sticking with the standard basic exercises. At danjohnuniversity.com, the basic programs do this naturally for you. Yes, and by the way, we do single arm, single leg stuff, but the meat and potatoes, to use the most cliche of cliches, is going to be the basic push, pull, hinge, squat. But yeah, my training, by the way, most of the time is in that range, 3 sets of 8, with exercises like the overhead squat, exercises like the front squat, because I think that's what's best to me at my age of 63. I like your question, and the reason I like it is that you are bouncing into this thing that a lot of us have to deal with. This image we've got from pumping iron and things like that of someone just wailing away for an hour and a half on concentration curls. And by the way, and that's fine if you're training for Mr. Olympia or Mr. Universe. But if you're a regular person like myself who's got things to do, you don't have time for all the isolation exercises. Do isolation exercises have value? Oh, sure. Every Tuesday, I work my guns. Every Tuesday, buns and guns day. My favorite day of the week, you know? And it is isolation work on my arms. Because really, it's fun to do for me, because I never did them. And I like the way I feel after, seam bursting my shirt and all that. So yeah, Dave, good question. Consult danjohnuniversity.com for more details. But I think you and I are saying the same thing now.